In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Allen comes out throwing. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Now Allen off the play action. Fits it through the middle. He's still going at the 30. And now he's going to head out of bounds after a nice game. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Flushed out of the pocket. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Allen. Pass complete to Walker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Amendola able to put it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going play action. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner, because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it can go harmlessly out of bounds.
Second and 4. Throw wheeled in by Mayer. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. To throw, Milton. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give for the first time to Rachaad White. Runs inside the 35. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Allen will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Milton. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. No one around. He's got space. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs with that Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He beams one deep right side. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The Bills with a punt team out there. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Milton. Gets this one to Watson. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. From the gun, here's Akers. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing now, Milton. Forced out to his right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Milton. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now Milton to throw. Watson with the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Milton now. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Matt Milano in to pick it off. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Play action now with Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be 2nd down. They give up the gut to Walker. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Micah Parsons making that play. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. Third down coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn has got it. And the Raiders take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. It's a design boot. He brings it in. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. It's White on the give. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come. Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Shotgun handoff to Akers. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Staying with Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Allen to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Allen setting up play action. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's brought in. It's his back, Ray Davis. Touchdown, Buffalo! Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Milton back to throw. He put everything he had into this one. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Akers up the middle. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw now, Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterbacks of demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Raider football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. St. Brown there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. They'll throw on 1st. Buys time, rolling right. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. He's got it deep downfield. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. First time this game they've looked to him, and that makes it 2nd and goal.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Allen does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
2nd and 10 now. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, Milton. He's going deep this time. Brought in inside the 20. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The ultimate team sport still has so many times games within the game, individual battles, and right now they don't have an answer for this guy. Maybe time to turn the line to Chip to find some way to protect the quarterback.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. State. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punt team on the field. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing now off play action. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Wide open down the field, and he has it! And in for the touchdown! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Wow, nearly the unthinkable. He almost turned the block into 2 points, but they caught up to him at the very last second for the tackle.
I could feel the anger all the way up here, Kate. They did not like giving up the big play, the lengthy touchdown. And they decided to release a little bit of that frustration via the special teams. That juice, that energy, you could feel it overwhelmed there and led to the block.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Walker now from the gun. And he gets him around 6 there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 4. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Play action now. Allen. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Back to throw. Here's Milton. Flush down now to his left. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
This has been a trend. Yet another interception. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now go with Walker on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. This is Walker on second. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 3rd down, Walker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Offense up to the line fast. Play action now with Allen. Headed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. So that brings up 4th and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
They are going for it. Allen. That's cut beyond the marker. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down. Now an inside give to Walker. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Allen setting up to throw. Diggs there to bring it in. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, good luck sneaking a drive by this defense on third down, Kate. A quicker little run may have brought them a chance to get the first down, but with that delay, this defense was all over it.
Amendola able to put it through, and that lowers the lead to 21.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
First down from the red zone. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Brock Bowers the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's the Bills' ball as we start the 4th, but any efforts may be futile facing that deficit. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Offense in the hurry up here. Allen on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Again, Allen to the air. Ferguson there to bring it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Trying for it, it's Walker. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Working quickly here. 1st down throw for Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Offense up to the line fast. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jack Jones has got it. There he goes, right sideline. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception,